And her response is, "Where is that bitch?" My name is Jeremy.
My name is Shaquita.
My name is Dwayne McDowell.
I am Troy.
I'm a gym employee.
And this is my gym horror story. In the gym world, there could be some scandals, let's say. I'm at the front desk and this lady walks in, and as she walks in, I'm grabbing her scan tag saying, "Hello, welcome to the gym." And her response is, "Where is that bitch?" I didn't know what to say at that point, and I was like, "I don't know who you're talking about." She starts screaming at me, like, "Where is she? I want to know where she is. I know she's here." I go get my manager, tell him to come in and handle the situation. What we found out was my coworker was sleeping with her husband. How she found out was she went to the doctor because she was feeling sick and she didn't know what was going on, and the doctors did an STD check and found out that she had chlamydia. She goes to her husband and he gives in, tells her who it was, tell her it wasn't his fault, she seduced him, and then she comes to the gym ready to kill my coworker. But instead, I took the brunt of it, and that was horrifying.
So I just transferred from my original gym to the gym out here in LA. Getting used to personalities is a struggle here. I'm just standing there at the computer talking to my coworker, and the next thing you know, my manager walks up. He's on the computer typing something in. A few minutes go by, and then there's a lady behind the counter in a swimsuit, and she's yelling at him, "You're racist, you're disrespectful, da 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 da." So then she goes back to the swimming area or the locker room. The reason why my manager was called back there was she was in the hot tub and people were talking, and there were other people who knew each other there, and they were having a conversation. And she just flipped and started telling them to shut up and stop flirting with her and yelling at them. And then someone came up to her and tried to tell her, like, "Hey, you're making people uncomfortable." And then she got in his face and got out the pool and was like stepping on his foot, pointing at him, getting in his face. And then they came to tell the manager. And by the time he gets back there, she's just like swimming in the lanes, like minding her own business. But he kneels down and like tries to talk to her, and she's like ignoring him. He keeps trying to get her attention, and then finally she goes, "I don't talk to black people. You're a strange man. I don't talk to you." She just keeps swimming. He literally didn't say much. He was like, "Okay, well, you're causing a disturbance, but if you don't want to talk to me, then I'll just get your account and we can go put it in your notes for your account." We have this system where if we get any bad members or issues from any members, we'll put notes in. I am a little nosy, so I go back to her account and I see that like all the way back to 2018, she has notes. This incident and many others are noted on her account. She's just nuts. She just goes off on people. And we've been fighting to get this woman revoked from our gym ever since. And this was like 2 or 3 months ago. But every time she comes in there, she's rude to somebody, we just like keep making more and more notes, and we're still having a hard time getting her revoked from the gym. Even though she treats members badly, she treats employees badly, it makes everybody uncomfortable, yet she's still allowed to come. And that was my gym employee horror story.
The story that I have is about a story about a guy getting killed at the gym that I work at. He got killed in the locker room by the police officers. The guy came in a couple days before. He grabbed a girl's butt, got his membership revoked, came back a couple days later with an attitude. So he knocked out a security guard downstairs, came inside the gym. So we called the police to get him to escort him out of the gym. He didn't want to follow orders. He got into like a wrestling match with the police officers and they shot him. Unfortunately, he's not alive no more. That's the story, but it gets worse because the backlash that we received after that incident transpired. The names that we get called and how we get treated by different people who come to the club looking for trouble. And that's the horrifying part, is that when you get blamed for something that was not your fault, when your friends get blamed for something that wasn't their fault, we just follow orders and that situation happened. Now we posted up on different social media accounts all over because the company that we work for. And like I say, it ain't had nothing to do with us, but everybody mad at us like we pulled the trigger. And that's the part that's horrifying, and that's the part that sucks, because it seemed like don't nobody care about the other side. Then at the end of the day, we just did what we had to do when that was called the police. Yeah, and that's my gym horror story, man.
So there was a member at one of our locations who tried to get with one of the coaches. She wasn't having it, wasn't feeling him like that. Yeah, he was, trying to like, go on like little dates or whatever with her and stuff. And she was like, no. But he just kept trying to progressively ask for more, like, oh, trying to like date her and stuff. And she was like, not into it. So he got his feelings hurt. So what he thought was a good idea was he left a negative Yelp review about her. And he said that this coach sleeps with married men, all this stuff, just like really like putting all this business, which wasn't true. And so she called me like in tears, like, I can't believe this dude, blah, blah, blah. And then he put on his name on the Yelp review, that his name was Robert Barker. So luckily the owner, he had some sort of insurance with Yelp or whatever, where if it was, you could prove it was a fake review, they removed it. But it took like a week and it was just up there, and it was on the Facebook one too. So this poor girl had all this stuff up there, all these lies about her for like a week. I had to deal with that. All because of one man had his feelings hurt. And, you know, you get people every now and again that will leave, if they don't get their way or whatever, they'll leave like a negative comment on Yelp because, I don't know, I don't understand that whole mentality, but yeah, that was definitely the worst one that I saw. I really wanted to fight that too when I saw that, but he disappeared after that. Not because of me. And that's my horror story. So if somebody says they don't want to date you, just move on. You don't got to leave a negative review.